society is not set up for you to get ahead. In fact, if you have ever been on food stamps and gotten yourself off of it, good luck, good for you, because I don't know anybody who's been on food stamps and gotten themselves to a point in life where they no longer qualified or no longer needed them.
Hi, if you don't feel for the people that are about to not get EBT next month, you're a bad person. Like, it's not like a question. Like, you are a bad person.
Hello, my friends, and welcome to the show. I am so glad you could stop by and spend some time with the channel. We have a great show planned for you today. Of course, we are going to be jumping into that liberal pool of madness, but we're also going to be dealing with a little bit more of this EBT hysteria that is going on. A lot of drama involving Thanksgiving and some kind of like looting apocalypse for Walmart. Apparently, I don't know. It's going to be interesting the closer we get to Thanksgiving. Another question is, are whites on the hook for slavery? I don't know, but we're going to find out. And finally, do the Democrats have a nuclear option for the 2028 election cycle? I don't know. It appears they might. Well, let's find out together. But first, we need to jump in to that liberal pool of madness because we are right at the edge. So sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter the Lib Zone.
I have no existence in this planet if we no longer have assistance or services because I am not capable of doing something. I am trying to do what I can. But yeah, so for everyone who wants to say that making a career out of this system and that we're the problem with the system, I love the people who decide to tag me at Donald Trump. Like, because I said I've been on EBT for 20 years, the president's going to be the one that says, no, you're not. Like, what is that all about? But for real, be upset. But the reality is, don't be upset at me because I still qualify for the services. Be upset at the system that is not designed for people to actually get ahead. And I mean, we probably would be able to get ahead if the cost of living didn't go up every time our wages go up. Like, the reality is you get a pay raise, but everything else goes up with it. So it really does not help. You really can't get ahead. So, yeah, I'm sorry that it upsets you, but my house and my family need these services, and a lot of people are going to starve without them. But Republicans don't seem to care about that because they complain that 20 years receiving EBT is too long. Yeah. Again, I wish the system was actually designed so that I could get ahead. From my house to yours. Blessings.
What are we supposed to do? Like, literally, what the are we supposed to do? Nobody wants to give anybody assistance. If you work, if you barely make enough to get by, nobody wants to help. And then everybody says, call here, apply there. No one will help because on paper, I make too much. I would love to know where that money goes. I make $19 an hour, and because I make $19 an hour, and I work 40 hours a week, which I don't. When you include my breaks, I'm lucky if I get 7 hours a day. My checks are never $500, and I make $19 an hour. So I make too much for food stamps, which people aren't even getting right now. WIC is going to cut me off any day because I make too much. I just got a call from my doctor because my bill is in an outstanding balance, and she said, well, we'll get you over to financial aid. I make too much. So what the am I supposed to do? Listen, if you think it's funny that millions of people are going to have to go without food because there are no food stamps right now due to the government shutdown, then just go ahead and unfollow me, because I want nothing to do with you. Despite what some of you might think, not everyone is a moocher who's just trying to cheat the system. We have a lot of disabled people and elderly people who are on SNAP and rely on those benefits to put food on their table. Nothing about this is funny.
Cisco says, I don't see the elderly or the disabled doing the complaining. Not one. Yeah, that's very true. I have not seen a single one either. So yeah, good point, Cisco. Gail Boston says, it doesn't look like she missed an effing meal. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Robin Radcliffe says, really? Because I am older than you and disabled, I don't get any food stamps. I'm not online bitching about it either. Grow up. Good advice.
Yo, I don't know if you noticed, but I just told my little birdie that in November, food's free. Go get it, babies. Food is free in November.
I think you might want to double check with your little birdie, my friend, because I think it's giving you bad information. Halloween is approaching, so make sure to pick up your Zombie Idle Hands logo. It's a limited time only, and it'll make a great shirt or a mug. Let's get back to the show.
The amount of white people that dare to tell me that there is no reason for white people to feel guilty because they weren't directly involved with slavery, when every single one of them, especially the ones who dare to comment some dumbass shit like that on my posts, just proves how racist you actually are. All of the people that think that they're not a part of it, that don't contribute, are much bigger contributors than someone that openly speaks about feeling empathy for others and feeling guilt as a white person in America who has contributed to systemic racism just by being born into the system.
Wait, so whether you contribute or you don't contribute, either way, you're part of the problem? Like that, that doesn't make any sense. So she's saying basically everybody that is white contributes to this systemic racism. Yeah, I don't think so, lady.
It's not something that I asked for. It's something that I became aware of. And all of the people that come on here and say that white people don't have a reason to feel guilty, I mean, all you're doing is snitching on yourself. Because you're way more racist than you actually think. Because otherwise you wouldn't be commenting stuff like that. You wouldn't be taking time out of your day to comment on my post. You trying to convince yourself that you don't contribute. You trying to convince yourself that you're not part of the problem. But honey, you are the problem. Because the sooner that every white person can take a deep look at themselves, take a deep look at those around them, then things can start to get better. But until then, you know, every white person that says that they don't have a reason to feel guilty, you're just ignorant. Time to open your eyes.
That girl is absolutely, totally brainwashed. You know, media and social media and this whole woke phase that the country's been going through, the world actually, the civilized world, has been going through for the last 5 or 6 years. It has absolutely warped and changed the definition of terms like pride. And we'll get to that in just a second. But I was interested to see what the population of the white community, the white Caucasian people are, what that group is compared to the rest of the world. And what I found out was actually very interesting. That group, the white group, only consists of like, it's around like 11 to 16%, 12% probably is a good average. I don't know, but it's low. And so that actually means that the white people are really a super minority, right? Compared to the rest of the world. So I don't understand how in the world, based in reality and facts, that white people could be the cause of all this systemic racism when we're only like 10, 11% of the population. So let's go over some of these pride definitions. It's very interesting. Let's see the first one. Black pride. Black pride is a movement encouraging people to take pride in being black, to celebrate heritage and personal pride. This is on Wikipedia, which is not the the best source of truth, but this will give us a nice baseline. Okay, so Black Pride, okay, very positive, and I totally agree with that, right? Gay Pride is the positive stance against discrimination and violence toward LGBT people to promote their self-affirmation, dignity, equality rights, increase their visibility as a social group, build community, and celebrate sexual diversity and gender variance. Wow, that's very, very positive. Okay, now Asian Pride is a positive stance to be an Asian American, which I totally agree. I think you should be proud if you have an Asian descent, right? As long as you put America first. That's a good thing. Now let's take a look at White Pride and see if there's any overwhelmingly positive language being used to describe it, or is it going to be more negative? I'm pretty sure we all know the answer, but let's check it out nonetheless. Yep. All right, there it is. Big X. It says White Pride is a slogan primarily used by white separatists, white nationalist, neo-Nazi, and white supremacist organizations to signal their racist viewpoints. That's right, my friends. Not a single word of positivity in the whole definition there. Really? You know the programming is complete when white people protest white people for being white. Seriously, these people are so retarded. Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again, my friends. I have absolutely zero white guilt. That's right, my friends, zero white guilt. Pick up your very own zero white guilt mug today. You won't regret it.
I went shopping at Home Depot today, and I filled my cart up with hundreds of expensive items from all across the store.
Cool.
Then I realized, wait a second. Home Depot lets ICE agents into their store to chase around people they think might be undocumented immigrants.
Oh, might
and
be?
I decided, no, I don't want to spend money at Home Depot.
Oh, where are you going to get
So
your
I
nails?
abandoned my cart in the middle of the nail aisle.
Oh, very clever.
If hundreds of people did that, it might represent a small hit to the bottom line of Home Depot.
No.
Home Depot.
Two things, my dear. First, I have to give you credit. Your orange hair beautifully matches the orange in your tie-dye shirt, so kudos there. Secondly, you could have 1,000 people boycott Home Depot, and it's not going to do anything. It'd be like scooping up a cup of water out of the ocean. It's not even going to be felt at all. Zero ripples through the bottom line of Home Depot. So, sorry. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow, and I do appreciate it. Let's get back to the show.
If you're in a northern state criticizing the No King's Day protests and their importance, I don't want to hear it from you.
Okay.
You don't understand what those protests mean to people like me in Alabama.
Okay.
In Mississippi, in Georgia.
Okay. What is it? Yeah, and I still don't know what you mean. What is the importance of that to people in the South? Am I missing something? I think I'm missing something. Let's see what other people have to say about it. C3 says, no kings. How long has their reign in government been? All right, let's take a look. Chuck Grassley, 50 plus years. Chuck Schumer, 44 plus years. Mitch McConnell, 40 plus years. Nancy Pelosi, 38 plus years. Are we sure that stat is correct? I think it should be more like 138 years. Maxine Waters, 37 plus years. I actually thought that would have been a lot longer. She looks ancient. Bernie Sanders, 34 plus years, etc. We could go on and on. There's a lot of old people in Congress right now on both sides. But Trump, 4 years and 9.5 months. Relatively nothing compared to a lot of these other people. But Donald Trump is a king. Yeah, that totally makes perfect sense.
I'm gonna say it. The people that need to be having kids are not having kids, and those that don't need to be having kids are having way too many.
If you didn't vote for Kamala Harris, you're directly responsible for every single death that has happened, both in Gaza and here in the United States.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Period. End of story.
Wow. I had no idea I personally killed so many people. I kind of feel horrible now. So as we get ever closer to the 2028 election for the new president of the United States, rumors are starting to be whispered about this nuclear option, this unbeatable team that the Democrats are going to put together for that run. Let's check that out. Democrats are saying Kamala Harris and an AOC ticket would win every state in the 2028 election. That is, by definition, insanity, my friends. It's almost like they want to lose. Well, let's see what some other people have to say about this. Marathon Man says, if by win they mean lose, then yes, for sure. Brandon Wilkinson says, it will be a bigger landslide than last year. I think so. It'll be creeping closer to when Reagan won every single state but one. We'll see. Jag 2060 says, would 100% carry the blue-haired cat lady vote? I think that's probably safe to say. Otherwise, not so much. The secret Republican plot to make liberals look like idiots, known as Operation Just Let Them Speak, is working. Yes, it is working just fine. Thank you, AOC.
Okay, this is becoming a genuinely concerning issue. As a substitute teacher, I am encountering a really concerning number of students who truly do not see any value in learning, because as one of the 4th and 5th graders that I was teaching the other day asked me, why do I need to know any of this if a computer or AI can do it for me?
That's a good point.
A little girl didn't want to learn how to read because why would she need to when she could have the computer read it to her?
Did you not just say that you're talking about 4th and 5th graders? If that little girl doesn't know how to read by now, somebody is failing her for sure.
Why would she need to know how to count when a calculator could do it, or when she could just take a picture of her math problem and have the AI do it for her? This is a legitimate issue because if for whatever reason we lose the ability to have access to these things, we have an entire generation of kids who's going to be entirely helpless without the internet, and that is not okay. If you as a parent are encouraging this behavior and allowing your child to use AI for everything, you have a problem and you need to be teaching them otherwise.
I think you're totally backwards on this. The school is the system that needs to teach our kids the basics: reading, writing, arithmetic. And if the parents right now are not teaching their kids to use AI, to embrace AI, I think that's actually being negligent. AI is about to take over the world. It is changing right now as we speak. And the old educational system, as we've known, is absolutely obsolete now. It needs to be thrown out. It needs to be completely revamped. The kids still need to learn the basics for sure. But more importantly, they need to have critical thinking. They need to be able to think for themselves, to discern problems, and to logically get through, to navigate through those issues. That way, they can use AI as a tool, which I think is the best way to use AI. Well, let's see what some other people have to say. I'm ranting long enough. Mega Mike says, I'm in IT and I use AI every day. It's great to help get started, but makes a lot of mistakes and doesn't always choose the best approach to fix a problem. It's nowhere close to being relied upon yet. And that is the key word, yet, because as we speak right now is the worst AI is ever going to be. It's only going to get better every single day. So there will be a time that it will be able to handle everything without any issues. Mary Bartkowski says, no, that's the job of parents. Schools are not parents. Schools should teach reading, writing, and arithmetic, the basics. Okay, it's exactly the point I was making. At Single Number says, what happens when good times make soft men and soft men make hard times? when the grid goes down, we're effed. Well, that could be true if we don't teach that critical thinking and teach them practical skills in school from a young age, right? Penelope Brunt, 321, blip it. Penelope Brownie and Mr. Sprinkles Turd, what? says, teach them how to think and discern. Okay, thank you. It appears that the donor list for the big, beautiful ballroom has been released, or at least a partial list, and it is not looking good for the left. Check it out.
So, yeah, here we go again. All the I'd never support Trump or anyone who supports Trump crowd is about to have a full-blown identity crisis. Why? Do pray tell. That privately funded list just came out. And guess who's helped funding that new White House ballroom? Still not your tax dollars. No. Some of your favorite brands. Let's start with Apple. Yeah, that device that you're probably watching this on. The same one that you post Trump as a fascist from. I hate to tell you, you just made a campaign donation with Face ID. Better chuck that iPhone and grab a flip phone, Patriot. Salute! Comcast, time to unplug. No Netflix, no Hulu. Just sit there and stare at a blank screen and think about your life choices. You okay over there? Google, you better not Google how to cancel Prime, because congrats, you just supported Trump twice. Why? Because guess who's next? Amazon. Yeah, that same place that you order your fake ass eyelashes and that live, laugh, love sign that you definitely don't live, laugh, or love by. You better delete Prime, sweet cheeks. Guess it's back to waiting in line at Walmart like the rest of us peasants, since you're on your iOS and all, you know. Bougie. HP. Hope you didn't print that no hate in my state sign on an HP printer. That's basically a GOP ATM now. Time to handwrite your protest in crayon, champ. Lockheed Martin. You scream defund the military and now your defense contractors out here buying chandeliers for said ballroom. You're basically sponsoring the next Marine Corps ball, my friend. Meta. That orange man bad meme you posted? It's hanging on the wall in the new ballroom. Doing the cha-cha. Delete your account because you're more than likely watching this on a Meta platform and boosting this post at the same time just by watching. Microsoft. Word, Teams, Outlook, all of it. It's basically Microsoft now. Dust off that typewriter and live your truth. And lastly, T-Mobile. Every pink phone and text trash and Trump, yeah, you just pay for the drywall. If you're serious about not supporting Trump or anyone who supports Trump, start packing. Unplug, unfollow, uninstall. You're moving to the woods with a rotary phone and 2 pigeons. Have a good one.
77 million voted for a president willing to blow drug boats out of the ocean. Isn't America great?
It's time for Dave's Detox. He is a cute little cat. I love how the boat and the candle match. Oh. Birds are very smart. They're a lot smarter than we give credit to them for, you know? All right, doing some downward dog, right? Is that right? I don't know. Aw, he's doing yoga. Hey, buddy. Okay, yeah.
It's raining. It's raining.
Aw. Uh-oh. Got a jealous bird. They go back and forth. That's funny. Oh. Likes that key. That's funny.
Ela foi, vai! Vai!
All right, buddy. Yeah. That looks fun. Oh no. What? That's not good. And he just leaves it open. No! I hope you enjoyed the episode, and thank you for all those that subscribed today, and for all those that hit the thumbs up. If you enjoyed today's content, you might want to check out this episode or maybe this one over here. I think you'd like it. All right, until the next episode, stay safe and have a great day.
Let the thoughts build up until I can't hear.